Hey students, welcome to week 6 of the online class. So this week we're going to do a little bit of the same things we've been doing throughout the whole unit of Lord of the Flies. The first assignment that you guys should get done is doing those journal prompts. We'll be reading chapters 5 to 6 this week of Lord of the Flies. Okay. So again, you'll find your PDF here on the week 6 overview, and then make sure to read those chapters and do your journal prompt. So the last couple of weeks we've been working with symbols, right? We worked with like certain characters and the symbols that they that correspond to those characters. This week we're going to be working with theme. So if you look at the assignment, it says Lord of the Flies Civilization and its Discontents. Throughout this book, one big topic has been really prevalent, and that's been civilization, right? These kids, they come together, they set up an order or civilization where they have a leader, they have a government, everybody has their own sort of certain roles and jobs that they're supposed to handle. However, throughout this book, we see this civilization be stressed, right? We saw this in chapter 4 actually, where everybody has their jobs, right? You have the hunters, and they have a couple jobs, right? One of them is they need to hunt and get meat for the island and all the boys. But another job that they have is to make sure that the fire stays lit on the mountain. And they forget to do that job. And because of that, the civilization that these boys built is stressed. And so I want you to think of and find 2 instances in this next section. So chapters basically 5 and 6. Where the island civilization is stretched. And I want you to write me a paragraph for each of those instances. So you're going to tell me in each of those paragraphs, what does each character in that scene want from the civilization? In what ways are they getting what they want? And then what essential quality of a functioning civilization are they missing? Okay, so those are the 3 questions I want you to answer for each instance, right? So you'll have 2 paragraphs where you'll tell me about 2 different instances in these chapters that you feel like this civilization is stressed, and you're going to tell me why you think it's stressed. Okay, so that's really your second assignment for this week. So the first assignment is doing your journal prompt right here. Your second assignment is doing your civilization and its discontents, and your third assignment is actually a study guide. So if you look at the study guide, it says chapters 1 through 8. So that means that it's not due this week. The study guide is actually due next week because we're reading through chapter 6 this week, and then next week we'll read chapters 7 and 8. So what I would do if I were you this week is I would just, do the chapters 1 through 6, do the chapters that you are available to do. So you'll try to characterize these characters, figure out what the rules are, and then you'll answer these questions. In total, there's 42 questions. Again, this is going to be over a 2-week period. So I'm hoping you have plenty of time to do that. So this week, focus on those chapters 1 through 6, and then the next week, I would focus on chapters 7 and 8. The test will be next week. I'll actually start the testing on Friday. Okay. So this week, you have all this week, and the next week, you have up to Thursday to do the last 2 chapters, and then your test will be it'll be available from Friday to Sunday of next week. And I'll talk more about that test next week. But this is your study guide. And then do realize that this week I'll be holding live sessions on Tuesday and Thursday, which I want to center those discussions around this study guide, right? So you guys can come to the discussion with questions about, hey, like, what do you mean by this question on the study guide? Or I can't find the answer to this question on the study guide. Can you help me? And I'll be able to answer those questions for you. And so I'm hoping that will be a big help for you. Okay, so the study guide is something I want you to work on this week, but it's not due this week, it's due next week. But a big thing that is due this week is your book talks. Your book talks are due on Friday. So not even on Sunday, but on Friday. So your book talks are due on Friday. So just make sure you do that. Make sure you adhere to the requirements that I put into this video. So make sure you watch this video one more time just to get a good idea of what you should put in your own book talk. Okay, so that's really all I have for this week. Just make sure basically the easiest way to do my class is just to go down the line with these assignments. Email me if you have any questions, and then jump on the live session on Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, guys, have a good week.